Hello and welcome to another episode of Play With Me Toys for Kids. In a previous episode, I showed you guys this foam clay used as modeling clay, so you can make forms out of it, you can take it out and stretch it, you can mix colors, build things, lots of different things. And in the video I showed you there were 10 different colors, so there were lots of fun things to make. It makes a kind of crackling noise, it's pretty fun. It feels a lot like putty, but it's pretty special because when you leave it out, it gets hard and it dries. So here I have an example of this foam clay, and we've left it out and we put it in this cup to form and to dry. So I'm going to show that to you guys right now. As you can see, it is completely hard and it has taken the form of the cup. You can't press it together anymore or make it into a new mold, and it is pretty indestructible. So I think this is lots of fun if you want to make something really pretty, and then you leave it out to dry so you can keep it, and you can kind of display it in your room or an office or give it to a parent or a teacher. I think that's a lot of fun. But today I was curious because I was wondering if I could make my own foam clay. And because this feels a little bit like putty or like slime, I was thinking I would try this out with bucket putty and some styrofoam balls that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out, and this is a pretty slimy consistency, so I don't know if it's going to work. But I'm just going to go ahead and dump these styrofoam balls onto the table and try to mix them into this to make my own foam clay. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to mix this in. However, as you can see, it doesn't really seem to be bonding very well. These styrofoam balls don't really seem to mix into this silly putty. But since this isn't working, I do have a second idea, and that is to use a different type of silly putty. And this one is called Smart Putty. And I'm going to be using this neon flash color. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and take a little bit off. And I'm going to go ahead and try to do the same thing. So as you can see, this worked a lot better. It's a lot more similar to the foam clay, and the styrofoam balls do stay in the mixture. It also crackles a little bit like the foam clay, which is pretty cool. So here I'm going to compare the two. So they do make the same noise, which is pretty cool, but the biggest difference is the styrofoam balls that I have are considerably larger than the ones used in the foam clay. Here you can see they're a lot smaller. However, it did work pretty well. The final thing is silly putty is a little bit more fluid than the foam clay, so I'm wondering if I form it into something like a ball, if it will stay in that form when I leave it to dry, or if it will flatten back out and kind of take the shape of its container or of the table. So I'm going to go ahead and try that out and leave it to dry. I want you guys to write in the comments if you'd like to see the finished results of this and if it worked out. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave this to dry. My homemade foam clay. I have to say this worked out pretty well, although I think the foam clay is a little bit better just because the styrofoam balls are quite a bit smaller, so you might get a better finished product if you're trying to make a gift for a friend or a family member. So I was just doing this using the Silly Putty and the styrofoam. As you can see, here's our other one, but to compare it, it really didn't work so well. As you can see, there's already a difference. When I tried to pick this one up, the styrofoam balls stick to my hand, but with this one, they really don't. So this one worked out pretty well. Alright, in the comments, tell me which one you like the best and how you like this video. I hope you did like this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up down below. And of course, be sure to subscribe to our channel for new videos and updates. And go check out our other videos. We have a lot of videos with slime and Silly Putty, and plenty of do-it-yourself videos too. So I will see you guys next time. Bye!